I think it's a very natural and a very human thing for us to kind of rate and judge ourselves in contrast, in comparison to how others around us are doing. And although it's always good to kind of have a gauge of where you're at in life, I think it's really unfair to rate ourselves in such a way and to judge ourselves so harshly, because we're all on our own journey, and we are not fully aware of what the destination is and what some of the experiences need to be for us to get to where we need to go. And I think it's very common for us to look upon the success of others and often feel like we're not good enough, or we didn't do the right thing, we didn't make the right moves. And it's odd, because conversely, we could also look upon those who don't have it as good as we do, and then think, well, at least I've got this, they don't have that, or I've done this and they haven't done that, which is also not right. But I think we are more apropos and more likely to always judge the other way and look at what we don't have and the things we haven't done and the success we feel we haven't gained, the milestones we haven't reached, the things we haven't achieved. Again, it's not right to do it either way. With one mindset, obviously you never want to be like, well, I'm better than this person because I have this and they don't. That's obviously not correct, and that's not what I'm saying. But in the way, if we look upon what we have achieved and what we have done, we see maybe in contrast in that way that we have a lot of things to be thankful for. Simple things that really aren't so simple. Things like our health, things like having a roof over your head, having food, having employment, a means to do the things we need to do to live and survive. We don't think about that very often. We don't have that thankful heart. Instead, we look and see what we don't have. And we look at the success of others and say, well, how come I don't have this yet? How come I don't have that yet? And we forget about the things that we do have. And so a couple of things here. This is a lot to unpack here. But remember when we used to buy picture frames? Picture this. We used to buy picture frames. You go to the store and you'd buy a picture frame because you've got a picture that you want to frame. You want to display it. Now we just take a bunch of pictures and we keep them in our phone. And then we forget about them. And then probably never look at them. But we used to buy picture frames. And you would get that picture that came in it, right? That perfect family, that ideal couple, the beautiful landscape, the breathtaking scenery. And our pictures probably don't look quite that good. We can't compare ourselves to the pictures that came with the frame. All we can do is be thankful for the ones that we have. And nowadays, like I said, we don't really buy picture frames and stuff. But maybe you go online, you go on social media apps and things, and you see the perfect photos from people's vacations. And everyone always seems to be on vacation. I'm like, what? All I do is work. I don't know. But but people seem to always be doing wonderful things. Look at our perfect family. Look at our this. Look at our that. Keep in mind that we all have chapters of our book of life that we don't read aloud from. And then there are those people that only read from those chapters and everything is misery and this and that. And listen, the human condition isn't easy. This life isn't easy. Yes, we all have misery. We all have pain. We're all beautifully broken, and I love that. I wish it was better for everybody, but I love the commonality of knowing, yeah, we're all screwed up, and that's okay. We're all like beautiful stained glass windows. We're all trying to get through this. We're all beautifully broken, but we come together to make a damn masterpiece when it's all done. We just can't see it from where we are yet. But maybe you do. Maybe you go on social media and you see these other perfect photos and you judge your life harshly. You see the posts about the new job, the new salary, the vacation home, and you think, how come I don't have that? Again, it's not about the stuff. It never was. But it's about the journey. And maybe your journey is different than the other people in your life. Maybe you look around and you're like, I surrounded myself with people that all became very successful, yet somehow I'm still hustling and struggling and never seem to get ahead. I never seem to get the same breaks. I always feel like the fifth Beatle. I might be talking too close to the vest here, but I get it. It's good to be honest with yourself too. But you have to keep in mind that your journey is your journey. Your path is your path for a reason. And although, yes, maybe you didn't get to the same heights as those around you, but you're still doing well. You're still doing good. Be thankful for the things that you have. And be thankful for the things that are yet to come. Maybe your star just hasn't arrived yet. Maybe you just still have some more things you got to do. Maybe your journey's a little bit longer. It's a long, dark highway sometimes. Not a lot of direction. No rest stops. In that darkness, you can get very down. It can be a struggle. You get tired. Physically, mentally, emotionally. There's some days I'm like, man, my soul's tired. I just need a little bit of a break. But you can't stop. You can't stop. You have to continue that path. You know, I always say that you need to take little breaks. You need to have a little mental rest once in a while. But you can never give up on the journey. You have to continue on the path because this is your story. And it's still unfolding. One day at a time, one page at a time, one moment at a time. You can't stand in the shadow of somebody else's success. You have to step out into the darkness and keep going till you see your horizon, till your moment comes. And maybe when you look back, the big moment that you were hoping for, maybe it wasn't about that at all. Maybe it was all the little spots in between, all those little highlights, all those little moments where things just clicked. It's always good to keep in mind, too, that this life isn't about us. It's about the interactions that we have with others. It's about the way the fabric of the universe is woven in a way that we'll never see, at least not while we're here. Again, spirits in a human experience. Not from here, don't stay here. I should really get that tattooed on myself somewhere. I say it so much. But I know in many years it'll just be a blob anyway, so I won't be able to see what it says. So it's tattooed on my heart. Spirits in a human experience. So yeah, you don't get to see the big picture maybe right now. But I think as we get older, we start to look back and we see all those moments, all those things that we're a part of. And maybe those things actually add up to even a more glorious prize. Something that we weren't even sure we were searching for, but we found along the way. So don't live via contrast. Don't compare yourself to the highlight reels of Facebook or social media. Don't be overwhelmed or overimpressed, rather, with the financial and material success of others in this world. The material stuff all fades away. Everything ends up in a scrap heap at some point. None of those things matter. It's your soul that matters. It's the moments that you've spent interacting with others, moments you've spent in thoughtful reflection for yourself. And it's about what you can do for other people, how you can help lift them up. Along the journey, I think, in a long enough timeline, we all start to see that. So be thankful for who you are. No one's more you than you. I think that's Dr. Seuss. And nothing compares to you. That's Prince via Sinead O'Connor. And they're technically singing about somebody else, but I want you to sing it for yourself. Because nothing compares to you, baby. You keep going. You keep going. You keep growing. Wonderful things are going to happen. Many wonderful things have already happened. Maybe you just don't see it yet.